Hello and good evening, everyone. Hopefully, you are doing well today. It is a great pleasure for me to welcome and thank all of you for taking the time to be with us in tonight's session, especially our advisor, Dr. Ava Lucy Perez, LPP. Good evening, Doc. It is also a great Good evening, sir. Welcome. I am sure that we will be ending the session meeting the seminar objectives and all of your expectations. This seminar aims to encourage future marketers to follow in the footsteps of young technopreneurs who are expanding operations into new markets. So I hope that we are all ready. Sit back, relax, have your pens, notebooks, ears, and brains ready, and let the learning begin.
Thank you for that, Ms. Caboneta, for the opening remarks.
Ah, excuse me. The speaker for tonight is a business owner with a strong face-to-face sales and marketing background. He is known for his career in business coaching and consultation and was awarded as an inducted member of the Cebu Chambers of Commerce and Industry. After 3 years of working in Unite Marketing Pty Ltd in South Australia as a sales team manager, he is now the CEO of Zoom Autospa and the founder of Set Marketing Agency.
Let us all welcome Mr. Michael Luel Uy.
Good evening, future marketers. How are you?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
All right, so thank you so much for having me in this webinar. I'm super glad that I could share my expertise about online marketing. So tonight, I want your full cooperation. As much as you can, please do take notes. I want this webinar to be a dialogue, which means I don't want it to be like I'll be the only one who is talking. All right. So before all that, here's the agenda for tonight's webinar. Let's go ahead and check on today's agenda. So tonight we're going to be discussing about the definition of online marketing, the benefits of online marketing, the definition of online strategy, steps on how to create online advertising campaigns, and lastly, I'm going to show you how to create these campaigns from scratch. Who's ready? You all guys ready? Okay, so all right, so let's go ahead and start with the definition of online marketing. So what is online marketing? Anyone from the group? In your own words, what is online marketing for you?
Sales talk, sir.
Per day? What else? What's online? Like, yeah, sales talk online or offline? What?
Online, sir. Just like ads, advertisements, sir.
Okay, good. Anyone? Aside from Adrian.
The act of
Thank you for
selling,
Adrian.
sir.
Act of selling. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all your answers are correct. There's no wrong answers. But in other words, online marketing is the practice of utilizing social media platforms to sell, to market, promote a brand or a product or service. So it could be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, Twitter, or TikTok. So but let me ask you this, what are the benefits of online marketing?
Wider reach, sir.
Wider reach, yes, that's correct. Benefits, so as you can see on your screen, benefits of social media or online marketing. Number one here is that you improve the brand awareness. What is brand awareness to you? Why is it important? Brand awareness. Anyone from the class?
Para nako, sir, kay kanang what makes a brand unique, sir.
Yeah, of course. What makes someone unique or your company unique, or pretty much like brand awareness is important because it is a very first step in your marketing funnel, all right? And it is a crucial foundation to eventually acquire your customers. So brand awareness, as you mentioned, it actually also refers to the ability or for people's ability to recall or recognize your brand or your business. Another benefit of online marketing is that it will also develop engaged communities. So how do we develop engaging community? It could be frequently posting valuable content. It could be responding to comments or run contests or giveaways. Number 3, selling products and service. Now, obviously, why is it a benefit is because you could create or you could definitely earn a great revenue stream from online marketing. Number 4, measuring how people feel about your product. So this could be part of your market research and will ultimately be used as your data for future campaigns. Number 5, which is providing customer service on social media platforms. So why is it a benefit? That is because do customer service through these platforms, we can definitely guide our customers to our products and service that we offer, and we can provide the best customer experience. Number 6, advertising products and services to target audiences. Yes, it is a benefit because we can use tools within these platforms to be able to target our market. So obviously we don't want to sell dog food to people without dogs, right? So definitely we have to market to the right audience. And lastly, we track performance and adjusting the strategy accordingly. So as mentioned, you can use this baseline data for future campaigns of what's working and what's not working. Cool. So any questions for that, or is it straightforward? No questions? None? Okay.
None so
Maybe
far,
not
sir.
so far.
All right. Cool. Am I too fast or I'm okay?
Okay lang, sir.
Understandable, sir.
Okay, that's
Understandable,
good.
ra, sir.
Thank you. All right. So that's the benefit, and let's go to the strategy. So what is your online strategy? So online strategy is a set of planned actions performed online to reach a specific business goal. So with this strategy, you have to consider 3 things. So here are the things that you need to consider. You have to consider your online marketing goals. So what is your marketing goal? So my advice to that is you always answer to the what, why, and how. What do you want to achieve? Why do you want to achieve it? And how do you achieve your goals? All right. Another thing that you need to consider is your tactics that you will use to accomplish these goals. So you need to consider what are some methods or tools you need for your marketing strategy. And lastly, how do you measure the performance of your marketing strategy? So it's very, very important that you also understand your KPIs, or what we call the key performance indicators. In that way, you will be able to measure what's working and what's not working. All right. With that in mind, I'm gonna go to a case study, okay, on how I use my online strategy to my business. So let's discuss this case study. All right. So I'm also a practitioner to my own business, wherein I use online marketing campaigns. And in this example, I use Facebook ad messages campaign. All right. So first, I drafted a content write-up, which is this part here, addressing to a problem. My target market or audience are people who do not have the time to go to a car wash. Instead, they would pay premium to get the convenience and the comforts of their home. So in this ad copy, we also need to consider the photo or a video that you need to publish that will be enticing and eye-catching as well. So in this case, I'm not using the word like home service, but instead I use "we come to you" and get the freebie catchphrase in order to get the attention of my audience. Then I put a send message call to action for the customer to purchase. So in this part here, okay, so when the customer inquired about how much my service is being offered, it is very important to build enough value before giving the price. That's sales 101. So which I can definitely discuss this on another session, but for now we're going to be focusing on creating the advertising campaign. So when the customers show interest, then that's the time I close the deal. So based on this slide, my campaign budget is 100 peso daily as the budget, and based on the data, this customer acquisition cost me 31 pesos and 15 centavos. So when the customer paid 950 pesos for my services, this only cost me 3% as a marketing fee, and this is what I paid to Facebook, for example. Not too bad, right? So for that little bit of marketing fee, and I was able to acquire a customer paying me this much. So, but always remember that to deliver you need to remember that you need to deliver what you promise to the customer. Okay, in any advertising campaign, always focus on customer experience when you win your customers, because when you win your customers' loyalty, it just means that your online marketing campaign is successful. So as you can see, the customer reviewed as well how happy he was, satisfied with our services as well. So but don't worry about this data here. I'm gonna be showing you later on how do I do it from scratch. Okay, so that's the strategy. Let me proceed to the next slide, which is the implementation. So creating an online marketing strategy. Okay, so I believe that the most effective platform that works really well here in the Philippines is Facebook. So I don't know, even if when you talk about Facebook, everyone knows Facebook here in the Philippines. All right, so I'm sure you guys have Facebook too. So the reason why I choose this platform is most people are here, most audiences are here. So this is what I'm going to be showing you tonight as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the steps on how to create an online marketing strategy, and then after that I'm going to show you how to create an advertising campaign from scratch. So let's go to step 1-3. So step 1, you need to select a social media marketing goals that supports your business objectives. You have to know your audience, and then you get to know your competitors. So you when you know about your audience, you need to know like the age group, like what audience you want to target. Like they live in Mandaue or Talisay, for example. And when you talk about interest, so what interests them as well, so that you can actually do it as well with your social media marketing goal. Step number 3, which is to know your competitors. So it's really, really important that you also know what your competitors are doing. Not to the extent that you're gonna be stalking at them, okay, because that's gonna waste a lot of your time. You just have to know what's working for them, what's not working for them, and you just fill in the gap. Once you fill in the gap, you solve that specific problem, and you'll be ahead of your competition. Okay, so that's step 1-3. Step 4-6. So you need to conduct a social media audit. So you just have to make sure that you're looking into your KPIs, if they're really working well, or not. Step number 5, you just have to create accounts, and you have to make it a better profile. So making sure that your profile really looks nice and enticing, and then look for more inspiration. So when I say look for more inspiration, it's not like you're gonna copy what's in the market, okay? But you just have to do market research, what's going on within the industry, and what you can actually improve from that industry, solving the problems. All right, so that's step 4 to 6, and then steps 7 to 9. So that's setting up your social media content calendar. So with the advancement of the tools at the moment, so for example with Facebook, you can definitely create ads or create posts, and you can schedule on when to post them at a given period of time or date. So it's really up to you. So it's good to utilize those tools. Step number 8 is to create a persuasive content. So when it comes to creating a content, you need to have like a very catchy phrase, or you have a good offer, a irresistible offer, to make sure that the customer will click on that call to action. And lastly, you keep your performance track and modify your strategy accordingly. So again, it's more about measuring your KPIs, measuring how your ads are doing, and making sure that you're not burning funds or spending a lot of money and for that kind of campaign. Okay, so that's just the summary of that. But before that, so before I'm going to go through, I'm just going to show you like how does it look like on the actual creation of the ad. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop my screen share, and I'm gonna show you my ads campaign. Any questions so far, by the way? am I too fast or what?
Understandable, sir.
Okay, that's great. So let me just screen share again. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so here on the screen, it's pretty much like it's my ads manager in Facebook. So don't mind this. This is just the ads that I'm actually doing. So if we are going to be creating from scratch, okay, so assuming that you already have a Facebook page and you already have a Facebook ad account, so this will be your dashboard. All right, so from there, if we're going to be creating from scratch, we're just going to click on create, and in your screen you will be able to see these goals. So what do you want to what do you want to achieve? Like if you just want to do awareness, which is brand awareness, so you're just gonna be showing your ads to those who most likely remember your brand, or getting how many reach your advertisement. If you're gonna do traffic, this is sending customers to your website. Engagement is more on getting likes or share or comments. App install is more about if you have an app that you want to advertise and let them download it. Video views, if you have video ads that you want to show to customers. Lead generation is more of getting more information about your customers. And then messages, if you want people to message you through your Facebook page. Conversion is more about showing to people who wants to take more action. So probably if they want to buy through an e-commerce site, or they want to buy from your website. Catalog sales is pretty much showing ads to your catalog, product catalog. So it could be an e-commerce as well. Store traffic, if you want to send people or customers to your physical stores. What I'm going to be showing you and what's really working for me is the messages. So the reason why I chose that is because I want to have customers message my Facebook page, and from there I'm gonna be communicating with them, and then once they show interest, then I'm gonna close the deal. So I'm just gonna walk you through a little bit on how to create an advertising campaign using messages. So here, this is optional, but what I'm gonna show you is you can just name it. Just put like online marketing, and then I just want to show you. I'm just gonna put a date. The reason being is that I just want to know what date I have created this ad. So you can do whatever you want with a name with this, but this is just for the sake of our lecture tonight. Okay, so pretty much this is the first page when you create a campaign. So in this page, pretty much you don't mind with all this details and whatnot. Just go through with your budgeting. So with this one, I'm just gonna show you that my daily budget for me to create an ad is 200, but you can definitely put as 100, 150. I think the minimum would be 50 pesos, I think. So for this, I'm gonna show you, I'm just gonna choose 200 pesos. So I just click on next, and then in this page, don't mind with this, I'm just gonna go ahead and choose which Facebook page that I want to be using to show to customers. So in this panel, these are the Facebook pages that I'm actually managing for this brand. Okay, so I'm just going to choose our main branch, for example. And then if you're going to do some budget and scheduling, pretty much you could definitely choose a date as an end date, or if you want to run it continuously, then don't put an end date. All right, are you following so far? Nalibog na. Okay, good. And then audience. So it's really important that you choose which audience. Okay, so that you're not going to be showing your brand or your business for people that don't really buy your business. So so here in the settings part, or I mean in the audience area, so if you're gonna be targeting people from the Philippines, or if you want it to be very specific, you can just, let's say my business is in Cebu, so I'm just gonna click on Cebu City, for example, and you can definitely adjust the radius of your audience. So with this, you can have the estimate audience of 2.8 million to 3.3 million people within that range. Or you can, let's say I want to target people in Talisay City, for example, or in Mandaue. So you could definitely do that. Another tool that is very useful, which is the age. So you have to know the age group of your target audience. So for example, for my business, definitely if you're a driver, so you are around 30 of age, that's who can actually afford my services, and around 57, for example. Okay, and then you have to consider the gender. So are you gonna be targeting female, male? But for this, I would definitely, there's lady drivers, there's men drivers, so I'm gonna choose all, and then show more options so that you can go to this detailed targeting, which is very important. So with this area, you could definitely, because it's all my business is about car washing and auto detailing, so what I'll do is I just put auto detailing, for example. So people who are interested in auto detailing, I'm gonna put it there, and I can press on suggestions as well. So people who who do car care, who do car wash polishing, and you can see them that the interest, the size of the interest, okay, people who have expressed interest or like pages related to polishing. So that's really, really important. So I can just put it down there, about car wash or cleaning, for example. So the more interest that you put in, the more specific you are targeting to your target audience. So does that make sense to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So yeah, so you have to make sure that you and if you do more market research, you can definitely put more interest or behaviors there. Okay. Moving forward, which is the placements. So this placement is really, really important as well. So I'm choosing automatic placements. That's because Facebook's AI will just choose which one they're going to be showing it to. So for example, they can show it to Instagram, they can show it to Facebook stories, Facebook reels, and whatnot. So I'm just going to show you later on as well how important placements are. Okay, and I'm just going to click next. So in this area, this is where you create your ad. So for example, okay, so don't mind here. So these are the Instagram account, the Facebook page. Okay, so you can have you can choose which format you wanna use. It could be video or image or carousel. But for this instance, I'm just gonna show you an image. So for example, I'm just gonna choose this image, and then Facebook will recommend the size, and you can crop them, you can adjust it as well. So if you move that to that, so if you have your logo there, so it will look nice on the Facebook pages. So you can definitely adjust on that. Click done, and these are the placements. Okay, so as you can see, this is the Facebook feed, this is the Instagram feed, Facebook Marketplace, and then yeah, stories, Instagram stories, yeah, Messenger stories. So these are the placements as well. So I just let Facebook do it for me. Okay, primary text, which is very, very important. So I'm just gonna use this. I used this before already. So this is your ad copy. So for example, this will be shown on your customer screen. Okay, so just make sure that you have a very eye-catching headlines, as well as a call to action as well. So so for this, for the headlines, I can just put like 20% off, for example. So in that way, it will show here in this part here. How come it's not showing? Here. Okay, it's still loading. So it's gonna be showing in this area here. Let's go in this area here, and then there's a call to action for that. So once they see the call to action, the send message, you can also edit what do you want for your customers to see. So for example, let's create a new one, and this is how it looked like. So pretty much it's like a chatbot for you. So pretty much you can edit here what you want to do with that, and you can also create a automated response for your customers. So if they press on that, and then there will be an automated response. So if you're sleeping like on nighttime, and then when the customers click on that ad, they can just press on this link, and then someone your automated response will respond for you. Okay, so you can do that, and after all this, you can just click on publish. So once you publish, Facebook will review it within 12 to 24 hours, and then they will notify you once it's ready to be shown to customers. Okay, so yeah, that's how Facebook ads look like. And another thing that I want to show you as well, another platform that I'm currently using is Google Ads. So this is much more, how do you call this? Advanced, okay? Facebook is much more easier. It's more user friendly. With Google Ads, it's more expensive, but as you've known, people will search anything in Google. All right, so for example, for this month, I've spent this much to get all this calls or customer inquiries. So for example, when I go to Google Ads and create an ad for my business, this is how much impressions I get. So how often their ads were shown to customers, how many clicks, local actions like they search, or it could be that they message, and how many clicks that they called us. Now, as you can see, there's 0 conversions here. The reason being is because I'm not using my website for them to purchase. So my website is not a e-commerce. It's just after they call, my funnel is like they go directly to my physical stores, and I close the deal from there. So that's why it's not showing in this area. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just showing you that Google Ads as well is really, really important. But just to give you an idea about how Google Ads work, okay, so if you just go into Google and then let's just say Shopee, I'm just gonna go Shopee. So this is actually the ad. So it just means that your campaign, your online marketing campaign, it will show on the first page in Google. So once customer just type in whatever, so let's just, for example, car wash near me, for example, so it's gonna be showing this ad. So this is actually my ad, so it will show on the first page of Google. So in that way, customers will be able to click it first, rather than they're gonna be searching all this to what pages they have. All right, so that's the Google ad. Any questions so far? Or nalibog na? Okay ra, okay pa ra?
Sir.
Sige, go na.
Understandable, sir.
Lingaw ba?
Lingaw kayo, sir.
Alright, that's great. So at least na retain. Okay. So yeah, so that's how you create an online marketing campaign. And at the end of the day, okay, nothing is final. All right. Social media moves swiftly in a blink of an eye. Like there's always new discoveries from the founders, startup founders. So for example, with TikTok right now, it's actually booming at the moment. So it's kind of a threat of Facebook. New networks are increasingly emerging, while some others are experiencing demographic changes. So for example, I don't know, you guys know about Friendster. That's actually in my generation. So that was the best social media before. I think there are other social medias out there that was not able to survive. But then again, your business, if you are always online, or if your business will experience periods of change too. So accordingly, your social media strategy needs a living document that you can review. Therefore, you have to be adaptable. You have to adjust as required. Okay, so I think that's basically it for my presentation today. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.
So thank you for that insightful talk, Mr. Uy. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. How are you, Adrian? Are you still there? And what can you say about the ended discussion?
Well, Divine, I think Mr. Uy had explained his topics very well, especially on where we need to prioritize the customer satisfaction to increase our sales. And I have also enjoyed watching when he taught us on how to create a Facebook advertising campaign. And he also reminded us always to check the KPI or key performance indicator. So, what do you think, Divine?
Sure enough, I think that my general takeaway that it is also important to know your what, why, or hows before diving into your market. Facebook is a powerful tool on making your marketing strategy as it proves as an advantage as you can attract your customers with a simple click. Maka-goals kayo ang screen mister kay puno kayo daghan branches, no? Sana all, charot. So that is all for me.